Morning, folks. Thanks for joining us here at Political Blowback Podcast. My name is Steve, and I'm so glad you could join us. And I have my coffee here, my nectar of the gods, and it's my drink of choice. And it's a great way to start a day. The Canadian federal election is well in our rearview mirror now, and the results have been settled. It looks like it's going to be a minority government for the Liberals, who I would assume is going to make every effort to try to work out some sort of a deal with the Bloc Québécois party, who has enough seats that they could certainly work comfortably together with the Liberals to seemingly sustain some sort of minority government for some period of time. We'll see how that works out. There has been some very, very surprising news that has come down the pipe as of yesterday, and Pierre Pollievre, who was not only not elected to lead the next government by the people of Canada, he was actually fired by the people in his home riding of Carleton. He lost his seat in Parliament and has no, at the moment, he has no right to participate in the proceedings in the House of Commons. And what he has done is very, very shocking and very, very surprising. At the end of this video, I'm going to make a little prediction, and I'm going to call it the fearless prediction. But let's look in the interim. Let's look at what has happened with Pierre Pollievre. He's been essentially fired by the electorate in Canada, and they've said to him in no uncertain terms, "We don't want you leading the next government." And the people of Carleton have said, "We don't want you representing us anymore." Surprising development. In the province of Alberta, which is a conservative stronghold, there has been a successful candidate who was re-elected by the name of Damian Kurek. And he got 81.8% of the vote in Battle River Crowfoot riding in the province of Alberta, which I find really interesting, because the development that had occurred is that Damian Kurek has surprisingly resigned his seat before Parliament even started, and the reasons that he has cited for resigning is he wants to create a vacancy and recognizes the importance of for one reason or another, the importance of Pierre Pollievre being in the House of Commons. So he is vacating his seat. And what will occur in short order is there will be a by-election in that riding, and Pierre Pollievre will be running as a candidate in the province of Alberta. I find this very, very interesting. Here is a gentleman that was elected to the House of Commons in 2019. That was Damien Kurek, who has served 5 years in Parliament, and all of a sudden he has decided that he's leaving. So all of that campaigning, all of that goodwill that he applied towards his electorate, he's saying that really doesn't mean anything to me right now. Thank you for your vote, but I'm out of Dodge, and I'm gonna create a vacancy for Pierre Pollievre to run in that riding. I think it's important to know that, to the best of my knowledge, because he has resigned his seat, he will be entitled to 50% of the pay grade for members of Parliament. So, in other words, if this mandate were to go on over a period of 4 full years, he would receive $100,000 per year as a severance to sit at home and eat cheesies. I think that's shocking, and I think that it's quite contemptuous to the electorate. They should not be paying on moral principle. They should not be paying for a guy that just said, "Well, yeah, I know I ran, and I won, but I'm not going to serve you." Not because of anything that inhibits him from serving, or is there a reason or something that's inhibiting? What manner of political enticement or suasion was applied to Damien Kurek by Pierre Pollievre? I think it's very, very important that democracy should prevail and should not be twisted and should not be manipulated. So it's going to be very interesting to see the results of that by-election. And I want to just ask you if you could subscribe and like this video. We would greatly appreciate it. This is like spinach to Popeye. We work for those subscriptions, and if you help us out by pressing that subscribe button, you're going to be our favorite person in perpetuity, regardless of what your cousin says. So here's my fearless prediction. I think that the Conservative Party will realize at some point that even if Pierre Pollievre goes into that highly conservative riding and wins a seat so that he can participate in the House, I think they will come to the realization that he can't win a general election. He's too polarizing. There's too many people that do not particularly like his style of politics, and he's really going to be stacking the odds against the Conservative Party by doing this. I think at some point the Conservative Party will take stock, and perhaps they will install him as the interim leader for the time being. But my suspicion is that they are eyeing Doug Ford to be the leader of the federal Conservative Party. And I think those discussions have taken place at least at some level. And I think that privately, I wouldn't be shocked if Doug Ford didn't say, it's a possibility. We're keeping the door open. Now, of course, that's nothing official. That's my own predicated assumption. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens in the by-election and to see what develops with the leadership of the Conservative Party. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope I've given you something to think about, and please subscribe and like, and it's raining cats and dogs out there, so it's a great day for ducks. Have a great one.